Hey guys, let's see what wants to get through for today. If you're looking to book a personal reading, all the info is in the description box below. All right, let's jump in, see what wants to come through. I have strength coming through. Okay, this may be a period of time where you're being asked to have a sense of strength about you, or maybe you have shown a sense of strength about you in regards to life so far, or some in situations that maybe you're going through. Okay, either way, the saying that there's a strength about you at this time. Oh, I have love. Okay, love is coming through here. Okay, so I have love and compassion coming through. So maybe you are, exuding a sense of inner strength and compassion in regards to a matter involving the heart. Okay, let's dive further into this so that I can get an idea because, when love comes out, it can have anything to do with, well, really anything, just matters of the heart in general. This can have anything to do with soulmates, family relationships, friendships, anyone that we have a deep, heartfelt connection with. This could even be in regards to opening up your heart for new opportunities for love, whether it's through soulmate connections or through a romantic relationship. So let's see what this has to offer here. I have dark path, learning from your mistakes. Okay, so again, this might be a situation where either you are showing kindness and compassion through a place of love for someone in your, reality here. Maybe this is, an ex. Maybe this is, a friend or a family member that might be going through a hard time. Or maybe this is just kind of opening yourself up to new love because you've learned some lessons from the past and have gotten over them. Sometimes when we've been through really trying, relationships and things, we can really shut ourselves off. Sometimes we knowingly shut ourselves off because we don't want to have a negative experience again, or sometimes we just shut ourselves off without even knowing it because we haven't even healed the heart from some of the heartbreak, and things that we went through in our last relationships that we had and maybe are no longer in. Okay. So let's take a look further into this. But either way, it's saying that some lessons have been learned and either you're beginning to open yourself up to love more deeply with the people that are currently in your life and opening up to new opportunities for connecting with others in a loving and kind and compassionate way, or you're doing this in a way for a romantic relationship. I have karma coming out. You may be involved in a situation that requires justice or fairness. Okay, so this is the, kind of the example that I was giving in regards to needing to show a sense of inner strength and resilience and compassion for people that are in your life that you're dealing with. Okay, this still, applies in regards to new loving relationships and opening ourselves up. Okay, because there is a sense of vulnerability that we need to be in order to open ourselves up to new relationships and experiences. But what it sounds like here is that you might be in the middle of an experience where it's requiring great strength from you inside, okay? A great depth of inner strength, okay? And sometimes when we have to exude and show that inner strength, we're needing to show kindness, compassion, and respect in a loving and compassionate way, but also upholding personal boundaries with someone as well. Okay. So whether this is to do with a family member, friends, coworkers, or a romantic relationship that either you're in or you're trying to exit out of, and the situation is a little bit tense, you're needing to show some strength and kindness and compassion right now, not only for yourself, but for the other person in a way that you can do so from a very detached way from, like a little bit of a higher perspective. Okay. So no matter what we're going through, no matter what's going on at this time, everybody's just coming from their own place of where they know and, the best way that they know how. And so the ability to have that kindness and compassion and strength is to just show a level of respect. How do you treat this person if they were a complete stranger to you? Okay. So you need to get to a level where you are able to handle them with, that level of respect that you would handle with someone else in regards to a situation. And that's usually your best bet, to not let those emotions get overly involved, to not get, upset in trying times or start arguments, because it's not really going to go anywhere at this point in time. Because, from what it feels like, the energies are a little bit tense right now. They're not exactly going, positively. So this is calling for you to be able to take a step back, detach from the situation, and look at it from a higher perspective so that you can just handle it in a kind, compassionate way. Okay. Let's take a look with the tarot, and now I can get a few more details in regards to this to kind of find out exactly what's happening here. Okay. Let's take a look at the overall energy of the situation. Okay, the overall energy of the situation, I have the world card and justice coming out here. Okay, so this is telling me here that there's a situation that has ended or is in the middle of ending right now, and there is a tense situation that's happening here because there's an injustice of some sort here. Okay, something was grossly out of balance in this situation. Okay, either someone did something to you that was very hurtful, very, heartbreaking, and not exactly in alignment with, what someone of honor and integrity would do for someone, or to someone in this situation. Okay, or maybe you were the person that, you know, did some of these things here, okay, and made some mistakes. We all make mistakes in life. So again, there's no judgment here in my readings. This is just kind of calling out the energy and the examples, because we all learn from our own mistakes, okay? Especially with this card coming out of learning from my past mistakes coming out. This is saying here is just that this may even be you, and that's okay if it is, okay? The whole point of these readings and why I put them out is to help people traverse these complexities of life. Everything is very complex, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, and especially when it comes to relationships. They can be very challenging, okay? They're very highly emotional, highly charged, and it is hard for people to see clearly, okay? Especially when you love these people, okay? Because it doesn't mean that because things have ended or things didn't work out that you're not still loving and having some sort of kindness and love and compassion for these people or this person, okay? So this is saying, remember that, okay? Remember that. Don't remember in a way where you fall back into old patterns of either your behavior or their behavior that got you into this place where things are ending or needing to end, but get into a place where, you remember that, hey, I do love this person at the end of the day. And even if I don't love who they are at this moment in time, I did love them once, okay? And they are still human, and I can find the inner strength to be someone that can move through this situation in a balanced way that is fair for everybody, okay? There's no need to have, hurtful words. There's no need to, have drama involved or payback or anything like this involved. You can be the bigger person, because oftentimes when you're involved with people where the situation is a little bit tense, where there's maybe some arguments, or, the energies are just kind of high and everybody's feeling a type of way, what will end up happening is if one of those people ends up exhibiting an energy that they would like to experience with the other people naturally, unknowingly align with that same energy. It's kind of like a yawn. I don't know if you've ever known that, but like, that saying, when someone yawns, the whole room starts to yawn. Okay. They don't even know that they're doing it, but like they can't even help it. They just yawn. This is the same thing. And this is the energy that I'm getting from this. Okay. This is saying that be the yawn. Okay. Be the person that you want to experience in this situation, because you clearly can. If you're tuning into this reading and you're even open enough to getting information in regards to how to positively traverse a trying situation in your life, then you are probably the one that's a little more enlightened than, the person or the people involved in this situation. And so it's saying that you're the one who has the ability to show a sense of strength and kindness and compassion in this situation to ensure that things work out for the highest good of everybody involved, okay, in a fair and just way, okay? Let's take a look at the recent past, see what kind of got this situation here, okay? I have the Strength card coming out and the Page of Pentacles again. In the past, it shows that you've always had to be this strong person, okay? This is exactly what I was talking about. If you're even tuning into tarot readings, if you're even questioning yourself and able to do, some inner work and inner reflection in regards to your position in a situation and how you're trying to work it out for the better of everybody, you've clearly been this person all along, okay? So it doesn't matter what relationship or situation this is, okay? Take kind of the meat and potatoes of what I'm putting here, okay? It's all relevant and you can apply it as you need to in regards to your specific situation, but the information is still helpful nonetheless, okay? So this tells me that you've always been this position. You've always been this person, whether you're, helping family members, get through their arguments and their disputes, and you're always able to give wise advice and tell them what the lesson is and how to make things better, whatever it may be, okay? This may even be that, again, in the past, this was calling for you to make amends, for you to be the stronger person, the higher person in this particular situation, where you were able to take an inner sense of strength and kindness and compassion, and you were able to express that to people in the way that you needed to express it, and you were able to express yourself or your dissatisfaction in this situation and what you would suggest take place in a kind, compassionate, grounded way with the Page of Pentacles, okay? Let's take a look at the present energy. Let's keep going in this, but so far so good, okay? In the present energy, I have the emperor here, okay? This is someone who takes charge, takes leadership, okay? This is a masculine energy of basically saying that whatever it is that I do, whatever it is I create, whatever it is I rule over, and whoever it is that I lead, I do so from a kind and compassionate place, okay? This is someone who literally looks over their whole entire kingdom for the betterment of all involved, not just for their ability to continue to sit on the throne and look down upon their people, okay? An emperor in his positive energy is one that is conducive to the betterment of all. And it tells me that in this present energy, this is either asking you to embody this energy that you know that you're capable of being and likely have been before, and just to continue to do that, even though it's hard, you can do this, okay? People need you to do this, especially when things are a little bit trying right now, okay? And you're in a transitionary period of things ending or things just not being exactly, kosher right now, okay? So this is again either calling you to be in this energy or saying this is the energy that you're already embodying, so keep doing what you're doing, okay? Because it's needing it, it's needed right now, and it's working. Let's take a look at the near future. I have too many coming out for the near future. I want to be very clear with you in this method, okay? Because it sounds like you're dealing with some kind of situation here that might be a little bit tense, and I want to make sure things are clear for you. Again, too many. Okay. So sorry about this. Let's keep going though. All right. Near future here. Okay, here we go. This is a really great card for the near future. In the near future, I have the Ace of Cups coming out. And again, this is just remaining open-hearted, okay? This is likely, like I said, this is an energy that you've likely been in before. You may have been this person your entire life, since maybe you were even a kid. Maybe you were the one who kind of had to be the parent, or maybe you were the one in your friend group that was like, hey, guys, like, we don't need to do this, or let me help you resolve your little squabbles here, okay? Let's squash this. So whatever it is, you've likely been this person a long time. And if you weren't that person, or realize that you were a person, this is me telling you that you are now, okay? Even if you've matured into this energy, this is calling for you to step up in this situation and be the bigger person, okay? Because you're, able to do so from, loving, kind, and compassionate place. So here in the near future, there can be love involved in this situation. Now, this doesn't have to necessarily mean that there's reconciliation or anything regarding that, and it possibly could be, but this is just saying that this is kind of strengthening your heart muscle, okay? This is strengthening and widening your ability to draw in and experience higher levels of love, okay? So if this is a situation that you're exiting out of or have exited out of or are going to work to resolve, this is basically building your spiritual muscle. This is building your heart muscle, your emotional muscle, in order to open yourself up to higher vibrational experiences here, okay? So this is a really good thing. So all of this has a purpose. This may seem like, why am I doing this? Why am I having to solve everybody's problems all the time? Why am I always having to be the bigger person? Why do I have to take on the brunt of this? Why can't these people grow up and mature and handle their own situations, okay? It seems very easy, but believe it or not, it's not. Okay, so this is a rare breed of energy to be in. Okay, so you're very rare in your energy and your ability to do this. And this is why it's calling for you to do this. Okay, so this is saying again, this is all for a purpose. This is all building you up and strengthening you up into a way of where you're going to be open to new, higher level loving opportunities, whether that be romantic relationships, jobs, friendships, family experiences, whatever this may be, okay? Let's take a look at some advice for you and see, maybe if there's something that you're not seeing or thinking of that might prove helpful here. The advice is the Seven of Wands. Okay. So again, this is kind of like a little bit of what I was touching on earlier. This is saying, hey, be this person. Be this person that's going to be the bigger person from a place of strength and kindness and compassion and the ability to kind of, detach from the situation emotionally and be able to handle this in a fair and just way for everyone involved. But this is also saying, but that doesn't mean that you let down your guard. It doesn't mean that you give into what other people want and need and kind of push you to do. This means still continue to hold space for yourself, hold space for your own personal boundaries in this situation, okay? And stand firm with where you're at. If this is a situation that you know you need to end, but you're beginning to kind of teeter a little bit, which we all do, okay? We begin to question, why are we doing this? Should we do this? Is this going to be a mistake? Oh my gosh, what am I doing? You know, or was this the right decision? Did I make the right decision? Did I help in the right way? Whatever it is, you need to make sure that you're standing firm in your ground right now, okay? This is going to be your advice right now, is stand your ground. Okay, stand your ground, because whatever it is you're standing your ground on is for good reason. Okay, and this is your confirmation of that. Okay, in case you're questioning it, don't question it anymore. This is validating that. Okay, let's take a look at what's hidden. Maybe there's just something that you're not seeing. Okay, what's hidden here is the Nine of Cups. Okay, this is you just kind of holding firm to my own joy, my own happiness, my own well-being. Okay, so whatever it is you're doing in this situation, whether you've left a situation or you're leaving a situation, or you're attempting to resolve this situation in a way that you're able to establish firm, healthy boundaries with the people around you so that you can move forward. What basically this is saying, what's hidden here, is you just want to be happy. Okay, and that's really not too much to ask. If people can't even give you that, I mean, that should speak volumes right there. Okay. So you do you, and you decide who you want in and out of your life, you know, and what makes you feel good and what doesn't. But basically, at the core of all of this, at the root of the matter, is that you just want to be happy and you deserve to be happy. Okay. So hold those firm foundational boundaries out of love for yourself and the people around you, and continue to move toward a place and do what you need to do to be happy, because everyone deserves to be happy and free. Okay. So keep doing what you're doing in a way that feels good to you, because whatever you're doing, it's for a good reason and it's justifiable. Okay. Let's take a look at what you don't see coming in the coming weeks here. In the coming weeks, what you don't see coming is the King of Swords here, okay? So the King of Swords is saying that you are going to stand your ground. Not only are you going to do a good job of being kind and compassionate, but you're going to be able to detach yourself from the situation emotionally and be able to come from a place that's fair and truthful, honest, and make decisions with integrity, okay? So whatever it is you're doing in this particular situation, with you're cutting people out, you're cutting ties with old people, whatever it is, or you're just kind of resolving things and setting up healthy boundaries here, whatever this is that you're coming from a place of honor and integrity and truth. Okay, and you're standing tall in that. This is kind of looking like you in the coming weeks, is that you're going to master this ability to detach yourself emotionally from emotionally, challenging situations, and you're going to grow into that mature level of being able to handle these sorts of things in a clear-headed way. Okay, you're going to be able to get out of the heart, out of the emotions in a way that are in turmoil and questioning, and you're going to be able to move up into the head in a way that you're able to see things clearly and make wise choices, because you're coming from a place of clarity and maturity here. Okay, at the bottom of the deck I have the Ace of Wands, and this is just saying, again, there's a beautiful energy that's waiting for you here. Okay, it's in alignment with that Nine of Cups, of just saying there's a new passionate beginning just waiting for you here in the background. So as soon as you're able to kind of tie up the loose ends here in whatever situation this is, there's a beautiful passionate new beginning waiting for you after. Okay, so know that you can get through this. You're doing great. And look what's on the other side of this. Okay, so maybe this can be that little carrot that's dangled for you to keep motivating you to move forward. Okay, so I hope that you found this reading to be helpful, and until I see you again, take care.